Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron playing Splinter Cell Blacklist. This is part 9 of my Perfectionist no kill option engaged playthrough, which brings us to Detention Facility in Guantanamo Bay. This mission is not too bad. You're going to spend the first part of the mission kind of following Briggs in a path that you have to take, so
Stand
there's
up
no
now.
real errors that you can make in this section right here. Do want to point out a few things while we have a moment, and that is we're not going over the entire
Gears in a
build
field
of
office
every
just past
mission.
the
Remember,
radio.
I covered that in the
Killed the
first
power to get
mission.
some shadows
But as
back.
always, make sure you have a high stealth build. Get your equipment set up that gives you high stealth, and always bring your stun gun
Boys with
and your
CIA special
sleeping
interrogators. Got a
crossbow
dinner party
gas
set up
darts to
outside.
the fight. This mission though isn't too bad. Obviously we're skipping all the cutscenes. I do have
Fucking
a
good.
full video of all the
If
cutscenes and story related
you
moments in
pull
the
the trigger,
game as the
estimate I
Splinter
gotta
Cell
make plans in the
Blacklist movie,
trenches.
so feel free to check that out. And also I have a separate video guide for this game that shows all of the collectibles, all of the laptops, dead drops, and HVT targets for each mission. So if you're trying to get all the collectibles, check that mission out. This guide
You'll
is
pull it off.
specifically
We'll make you some
playing
shit.
Perfectionist difficulty,
You have to.
trying to get through the missions as quickly as possible, and also not killing anyone as Sam Fisher. So keep that in mind. We're just kind of banging these out. I do know this is an older game, so many of you who have been following this guide, I hope you're finding it helpful. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell to notify when I upload new videos. So we're going to dive right in.
Get
After
yourself
that,
locked up?
basically
Something like that.
long walk you take, eventually you're going to come to this cutscene here.
You'll
Now this
talk.
is another cutscene that's important for a no kill
Stop!
option
I
engaged
beg you!
playthrough. You will have the option to spare or kill this enemy here. Of course, as always with these options in this playthrough,
Nice
be
work,
sure
Briggs.
you spare them so that we get the no kill option engaged achievement at the end of this. So after that kind of lengthy intro to this mission, we're finally really going to get control of Sam Fisher, and we're tasked to get our gear. So go ahead and exit the facility where the interrogation just took place. You're going to see a little trailer here. A guy's going to walk in. Don't worry about him. Actually, go out immediate to the right, and you're going to find an open window that you can conveniently climb through. And go into this room right here, just this bathroom, because if you wait around here, the guy that actually went into the door there eventually will come around the corner. Notice that the door is open that you opened, and you can actually take him out, put him in this bathroom, and have him off the board relatively quickly and simply. So knock him out, and let's get moving forward a little bit. And you're going to come to this red hallway up here, and there's going to be an enemy at the end of this hallway. It is pretty dark, you don't have your equipment, so you can't use your night vision, but there's always a guy up here. You can see his flashlight, and it's pretty dark. So with that in mind, he can't see you very easily either. So just go ahead and use your stun gun, knock him out, and then go through the door. Now we're on the first outdoor section. Be sure you cover to cover here. If you don't cover to cover, the guys that are above in the kind of sniper stand with the laser sight, they can spot you pretty easily. So you're going to see me cover to cover around the left hand side, and we're going to go all the way up to the tower on the bottom, and we're actually going to climb up here and use this pipe right beside the tower to climb up and get around this section of the level without really having to worry about the enemies on the ground. So go up to the middle portion, you'll see this pipe that goes out to the wall. So we can go ahead and take that around, and this is actually the same path that you would take for one of the collectibles. So if you haven't got that, that will actually be up here, right in between these two towers, right below where I am right now. But this is the best way to take also for Perfectionist difficulty and not worrying about getting spotted, because we can essentially just shimmy around all these buildings to get to the next section. Now keeping in mind that guy up there on the laser, when he's not pointing directly at the corner that you're at, then go around. If you go too early, he can actually spot you. So once you get around, you'll see another pipe that'll allow us to jump up and get a good vision on the surrounding area. When it looks clear, you can go ahead and drop down, and you'll get onto the side of this tower. And then we can kind of shimmy along this walkway here. You will see a guard up there. You can knock him out if you like, but as soon as you jump up and jump over, you're actually past that section. So there's really no need to kind of risk taking him out. And then you're going to come to this area here, which is actually a very easy way to get past this. A lot of people struggle with this, but if we actually stay on the right hand side, and this is an update from some of the older guides. Some of the older guides have you kind of working around the truck here, but watch how easy this is. If you jump over that initial fence and then wait beside this gate here until these guys essentially separate, and the guy that's behind the fence will walk away, and then you won't have to worry about him, and then the other guy that's in this fenced area will actually walk up to this gate in a way that we can conveniently take him out. Right here, it's actually a different guy, sorry, that we conveniently take him out and hide him behind the gate that we're at. And doing that, you're actually going to be able to get past this entire section without having to sneak around all those guys near the trucks. So as soon as you take him out, just keep going straight, and you're going to see a gate that we're going to climb right over that to this porta-john section. And now we turn left, and we can, well, feel free to take this guy out too, but turn left and you'll see the opening into this building right here, which is the next section of the level. So that's actually a very easy way to get past that section that some of the older guides, I guess didn't really know about at that time. That's a much more efficient and much more effective way to get past that section without having too much difficulty. So once we get into this building, finally we are going to have our gear. As I always mention, when you get to sections in the game after a cutscene or something like that, be sure you've got all of your non-lethal items selected so you don't accidentally kill somebody or do a lethal takedown. So be sure after you get your gear that everything is still set to non-lethal, and then let's go ahead and get moving on to the next section of this level, which is kind of a tricky area. There's a lot of enemies in here, but if we actually go all the way to the left side of the road over here, we can really get around all these guys without too much trouble. So you're seeing me cover to cover, and if you look left, there's no enemies over here. So what you really want to do is use these concrete barricades to get on the front side of this Hummer. And once you do that, you're pretty much in the clear to go across the road, jump over this guardrail, and walk up to the edge of the guardrail that's leading into the next section. That shouldn't give you any trouble doing that. So go ahead and cover onto the guardrail and walk up. And now what we're looking for is an opportunity to basically jump over this guardrail and immediately go left, potentially take out a guy if he's in the way, which happens often. But you can see there's a lot of enemies in this area. But if we just wait a second until they kind of disperse, what you're going to see is you're going to see me jump over the guardrail, go left, and I think I may take a guy out here. Sometimes he's standing right there, sometimes he's not. If he is, you just hand-to-hand take him out. So boom, they walk away. He is there, so he's looking through the door. So I'm going to jump over, take him out, and move past to the next section. So boom, we're past that section, and now we're entering the warehouse, which is a small little building before we kind of enter the final outdoor areas of the level. So as soon as you jump in, stay on the left side, go under the first set of boxes and take this pipe up, and we're going to take that to use us to get to the top level of the shelvings, which we're going to use to walk around and go basically to the next level of boxes without spotting the two guys. Now we're going to go down this pipe. Now I did get spotted a second ago by this guy, so I had to cut it a little bit, but this guy that's looking where we need to go, he can spot you, so take a second. You can either wait till he walks into the area and take him out, as you're going to see me do here silently, or you can wait on the other side of those boxes until he walks away. Nonetheless, eventually you'll climb up to this window here, and we need to jump over, and there'll be a guy patrolling below you. He'll be kind of patrolling this area where you're seeing him now. If he's close enough to you, then just go ahead and take him out with a stun gun, or however way you really want to take him out. And then go ahead and drop down, and we're in the next section. Generally, there's going to be a guy in this tent right here to the right here, so I like to just go ahead and stun him as well sometimes. I guess not that time. I do usually take him out just to get him off the board, but I just ran past that time. And if you take this path into this next section where all these Humvees and this big truck is, we can actually go again in front of all the trucks. We can almost walk all the way around, and ideally you want to get to this big truck in front of it, and you should have some dark cover to kind of get an eye on everything that's going on. And then get cover behind here. This helmeted guy is really the main guy you need to worry about. Once he turns away, you're pretty much good to walk again on the left side of this road right into the building and into the next section. So he's going to turn his back, and I'm going get into the shadows, boom, and we're past it. So that is a very easy way to get past that section. And once you get into this fenced area, you're in the clear past all of those guys, and we're on to the next section of the level,
Make for Camp X-Ray.
which is
You're
not
almost
here.
free.
You don't need to walk there. It's actually on the right here. You'll see an open gate. Walk through that. Go up the stairs to the next section. So once you get to the next section, you'll be at a guard tower. I do like to take this guy out. It'll make your life a little bit easier as he won't be looking down the walkways with his laser scope. But nonetheless, we're going to essentially skip all of this area through an exploration path that's actually beneath these two kind of barrack housing buildings. If you walk immediately down the first alley, you'll see this hole. Go into that, activate your night vision, and then you're going to walk all the way through to the other side. And what you're going to see is you're going to see a gap between the two buildings. And there's another hole directly on the other side. And you can actually cover to cover to the next hole of the other building, which you're going to see me do here. Boom. Now you're beneath the second building, and we're going to walk through here all the way to the other side. And all we have to worry about is this one guy patrolling this and that armor kind of laser guard up in the tower. And once his laser sight is not going down the alleyway, when it turns the other direction, you're free to walk out and go ahead and get past this entire section. So really, that's the only guy you got to worry about. So we're going to go ahead and go forward, jump up this gate, drop down the other side, and there can be a dog here, which there is right there, but as long as you're quick enough to this pipe here, you should be able to get up the pipe without too much difficulty. Go ahead and knock this guy out up in the guard tower, and boom, we're past that section of the level. So as you can see, we're moving pretty quick through this level. It's not too bad. This is actually the final section, which again is easy. Walk down in here, and we're just going to stay to the left-hand side. Once you get to this open here, just immediately go left and stay all along the wall. Don't go too much in the center, or one, you may be spotted by the guards, and you also may be spotted by a guard dog. But if you start to get spotted right here where I'm at, it's okay, because you're essentially at the end of the level. Once you get through this little walkway and jump up on the gate, you're pretty much past this entire section. You know, cut through that fabric, and now all you have to do is jump up, jump over the gate, and meet up with Briggs. So that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and take this path down the rocks here and eventually meet up with Brig to end the level. So for those of you that are watching this guide, you know, I have brightened up the gameplay, and I've essentially kind of done things a little bit more efficiently and more effectively than some of the older guides. Of course, credit where credit is due. I did use Macca's guide a lot in some of the areas in my games for some good ways to get around things. Obviously, I have some updated methods, and it's a little brighter and a little faster, so I hope you guys that are watching it are enjoying it. If you do like this guide and you like some of my stuff, feel free to like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll see you in part 10 of our Splinter Cell Blacklist Perfectionist no-kill option engaged playthrough.